During COVID, we all kind of went through breakups. It was a hard time. It was crazy.
We were down bad, chief.
That song hit for sure. We were like, oh, this is like real. We can connect with it, and also it's just like such a catchy record.
So when we first got Love Back, somebody sent us Love Back, and from there we made changes and made it personal. I remember when I heard it, I wanted to cry because we missed live music so much. And when I heard that song, I was like, bro, I want to perform this song live so bad. So the last album we came out with, The Good Times and the Bad Ones, that was fully written and produced by us. And so we were very much in the mood of like, fuck everybody, screw everybody, bro. We're making all this ourselves. Like,
Yeah.
nobody else is being involved. And then when our A&R, Jeff, sent Love Back, we were like, shit, bro, this is
It's so good.
We might have to open
and
up
so,
our doors.
but that mentality, I think that album prior really like shifted our mentality where we're still very much like the lyrics and everything to us does matter so much more now. And we have so much more to say after COVID.
We
Actually
lived
living life,
yeah.
not being on tour in a bus for 3 years. We actually were down bad with the rest of the world doing normal things like laundry and
I
just,
still
you
don't
know,
know how to do that.
So weird.
terrible
man.
things
Yeah, I
like
don't even know how to
that.
do my own laundry.
So, you know, yeah, but the lyrics are very important to us that like now everything is honest. I still got your halo hanging on the corner of my bed, but when I look closer, that shit was cracked. Honestly, the cracked halo for us is a symbol of our loss of innocence. We've been a band for 5 years and we've seen the highs and the lows of what it means to do music. And I think honestly we've seen more of the lows than most people see. Like we've been through it. So yeah, that's literally a symbol of us like growing up in the music business. It's funny, like life comes at everyone, you know, and like I feel like there's this point in your life where you leave the bubble you grew up in, and for some people it's really young, and for some people it's, you know, it doesn't hit them until they're 30, and you can tell when those people haven't grown up enough, you know. And for us, it felt like it came pretty soon, you know, and for us it also came with more than just your typical life coming at you. This is life on crack, you know, like this is not normal. And even talking to other artists, you know, just friends of ours that are doing the same thing, they're like, that's not normal for the music business, which is already not normal. So like through all that, I will say like this band has become my lifeline. Like these are my brothers till I die, no matter what happens. And I think that's the difference of our band with other bands is like, people are always like, oh, you got a shelf life. You got 5 years. That's how bands are. You're not going to last. And we're like, but it's different. Like this isn't like some business ploy or like, you know, this is like genuinely we've been through some crazy stuff. You still got your fingerprints left all over my heart the same way you would leave your lipstick on my glass. I'm not the person to like double dip or like share my stuff. Like when I have my cup of water, like if I saw somebody drink from a side, I'm gonna remember where they drink, so I make sure I never touch that side. I'm a little OCD. So like the visual lipstick on the glass to me just like is a little offsetting.
Showed you what heaven could taste like, put it on my tab. Gave you my money and my time, you can keep all that, all that.
I think the deeper meaning of that even is like, I gave you a glimpse of like what greatness is and what love is and what it feels like to be in a great relationship with someone else. And like the line "put it on my tab" almost is kind of saying like, I put all the effort in and I didn't even get it reciprocated. I took it upon myself to show you something amazing, but like I don't think I got that in return.
Baby, I just want my love back. I love to love someone new, but I gave it all to you. Personally, I've been through, breakups. Everybody has, I'm sure. I feel like you can definitely get your love back. I think if somebody broke your heart, you know, in some way, you're like, I need that love back. Like that doesn't belong to you anymore, in a sense. Like, give me that back. And I guess what we mean by that is more so just I want to forget everything that kind of like happened with that person. In a sense, I want to move on and with my love now. You know, it's my love. You can have everything else, but I want my love back. Honey, I just want my love back. If you're not gonna be the one, at least give me back my love, my love, my love, my love back. Well, when we first heard the song, we fell in love with it, obviously. Me and Jack were actually going back and forth on the hook. Cause I think he, you know, we both were like, yo, who should actually take the hook? Cause, you know, we just wanted what was best for the song. And we, you know, everybody was like, it's either Zach or Jack for the hook. So we both cut it. And I remember we were just like, man, I don't know. We literally sat on it for like a couple days. And I think we finally came to the conclusion that I guess I was gonna take the hook. I don't really know. I think I just have like a softish kind of voice that kind of just flows with hooks. I literally have no idea, but I mean, it's great.
Took my favorite part of me and held it so far out of reach. My favorite part of myself, my roots, my family, like having just how I was raised. I think that I have like a really just like level head on my shoulders. Like it takes a lot for me to get mad or something, like really like get a ton of emotion out of me in a bad way. I feel very like rooted into the ground wherever I am in the world, and I credit my parents and my family and my upbringing and the people around me for that. 9 months you've been gone, I'm still attached. Yeah, I think just being as specific as possible in your songwriting, whatever your actual experience is, that just makes it that much more relatable, because if you're writing it, there's a million people out there who are also going through something, whether it was 9 months or 8 months or whatever, but it's like, oh yeah, he's actually dealing with whatever he's talking about. It like makes it more like, I don't know, like believable, or like just able to connect with, I think, more like the specificness of it. It instantly like deepens whatever the listener is like. You might just be listening to the song, whatever, and then all of a sudden it's 9 months and you're like, whoa, like you think back to your last breakup and you're like, how long has it been, huh? And it's like all of a sudden you're thinking, which is always a success story as a songwriter if someone's thinking. Pull my heart out, filled your cup, maybe I just get too much. I think a sign of a good relationship if both of your cups are getting full of both of your hearts. Like it's got to be like a very level thing, and I think that lyric specifically is talking about the level being off, you know, like your cup is more full of my heart. 'Cause I know I'm the best you'll ever have. It's interesting. This is a J Hart lyric for sure. I mean, I didn't write this lyric. I'll be very upfront about that. So I love caring a lot in my life. I think if I cared too much, that I have cared too much about certain things, and it can leave you with a little bit of a hole wherever that was, that you like grabbed onto something so much that you made it a part of your identity. And then it leaves and that part of your identity is missing, and you're like, whoa, what did I think that's what it's talking about. But I didn't write that lyric. It's a great lyric. Showed you what heaven could taste like, put it on my tab. Gave you my money and my time, you can keep all that.
I think heaven honestly tastes like a good old Shirley Temple. You know what I mean? Like when you got that, what is that, like red sauce called or whatever? It's like grenadine, or is that what it's called? Mixed with Sprite. That's heaven. I personally love the melodies for the pre-chorus. The whole song, like melodically, when it transfers into the pre, like I feel like it lines it perfectly up for the hook and just becomes like the big moment. I loved that I got that part because it's just like I felt like it was meant for my voice in that moment. Give me my love back. I still got your halo hanging on the corner of my bed, but when I look closer, that shit was cracked. I think bringing back this line in the bridge, one in pop music especially, you can never have too much repetition, so I think that helps. And I think just bringing back that visual of the halo, and just really honing in on that idea of I want my love back, and like I can't move on until you give me that. And right now I'm realizing, oh, okay, I'm trying to move on and I'm ready to move on. The halo's cracked, which must mean something. So just give me back my love, and it'll be better for the both of us.
And sonically, it felt cool because it was in the world of the album we had just released, which is very like instrument driven and a little bit more like pop rock with like some alternative flair.
We actually
but-
added a lot of guitars.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah,
prior,
and
it sounded like a Dua Lipa type of song where it
Oh,
had like
yeah.
these big like piano, like EDM pianos. It was very like doo 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 doo, like electronic,
Mhm.
and we were like, we need it to sound more like guitar driven.
Yeah,
so,
as
like
soon as the
this.
guitars were put in there, it was very much like, okay, this is
This
like
is us.
the more
Yeah.
pop catchy version
Yeah.
of like a lot of the stuff that we did on our last album, and it felt like it could open the door for us on the artist side to a cool world that we could explore sonically as well.